This is a service learning course, and one of the things that students have to do is think about how they engage the public with archaeology at the site. So one of the things they have to do is work up a site tour and think about how they'll show visitors around the site. But they really thought about how structuring these site tours as a performance in some way, using movement around the landscape where you move perhaps from a high point to a low point, where you thought about how you as a person leading the site tour were positioned versus the audience. They thought about how those elements of performance could impact the way that people engage with the site and could really deepen their understanding of the history, could deepen their kind of personal experience with that short site tour. We had also done movement exercises where students led one another around the site and did their own site tours, leading one another with eyes closed, also doing location work in different sites where they moved and observed one another moving in different areas of the site.
We're here in residence at the Chocolate Factory, and this is our first intensive work session on this piece. Sarah and I have been working together for a couple of years now, and the work in archaeology has influenced my choreography in many ways. And one of the ways I think about my choreography now is cultural production. We're marking the space almost like you would mark, the terrain in an potential archaeological site. We're marking the space with what I call phenomenological events. Like, oh, these aren't necessarily dance events, but they're important. And we're using that form as a creative expression. I'm always questioning, how does this particular field move people? And one of the ways I like to do that is through, the unexpected or through surprise. But I feel like anytime I'm making movement, even though it doesn't have a lasting material presence, I feel like I'm still influencing the way not only the dance field is moving forward or moving out in the world, but I'm also influencing the way other things are occurring.
I'm going to continue to think about how movement is important for engaging students with public archaeology and for encouraging them to be creative in the way that they think about engaging publics and stakeholders in places that they're working on that are important for different kinds of history. So those things have been really exciting.